athlete and a retired PhD professor of neurology at Washington University in St. Louis. I was also executive director of their Alzheimer's Research Center for many years. Nutrition plays a big role when it comes to brain health. Today, I'm going to summarize some of the popular diets that are aimed at improving brain health. First, let me say, I am not a registered dietitian, so please consider this short presentation on nutrition and brain health as a popular summary. Of all energy required by the human body to operate, the brain's share is around 20%, even though it only represents about 2% of body weight. But in addition to fuel, the brain has other potential nutritional needs. There is strong research-based evidence that high diet quality is associated with better cognition. And similarly, poor diet quality is associated with poor cognition. In general, diets that are good for the heart also seem to benefit the brain. Numerous studies have linked a nutritious diet to better brain health, but the specific mechanisms behind this are not well known. Theories include healthy diets may regulate oxidative stress, free radicals, all that stuff, control inflammation, or affect certain processes in the brain. The DASH diet, that stands for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension, and the Mediterranean diets, both are highly rated for benefits they provide to both cardiovascular system and the brain. The main difference between these two diets is the inclusion of low-fat dairy products in the DASH diet, so low-fat milk or low-fat yogurt. The MIND diet, MIND, which supposedly stands for Mediterranean DASH Intervention for Neurodegenerative Delay Diet, combines elements of both the previous diets, the DASH and the Mediterranean diets, to specifically reduce risk of dementia and slow down neurodegeneration. This diet includes certain nutrients like magnesium, zinc, B vitamins, the omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D, in addition to the choices recommended in the other diets. Some examples where there is ample research indicating the beneficial effects of some aspects of nutrition. So one not commonly started with or referred to as water. Water is essential to brain function, so proper hydration is really important. Elderly adults are more susceptible to the negative impacts of dehydration, with impaired cognition being one of those effects. It's possible that the brains of older adults are not able to manage it as well, and cognitive tasks become more demanding when dehydrated. Since the thirst mechanism is often decreased in older adults, it's essential to encourage enough fluid each day. Next, vegetables. Vegetable intake, especially green leafy vegetables, is a particularly important part of brain health, and it is supported by abundant research. Multiple studies have found that eating green leafy vegetables decrease the odds of cognitive decline. It's unclear exactly why leafy green vegetables exhibit such a powerful effect, but they are magical food. It could be related to the combination of nutrients like folate, beta-carotene, lutein. In addition, the naturally occurring nitrates in leafy greens may also help increase blood flow to the brain, but they're good for you. Antioxidant-rich foods. The brain is quite susceptible to oxidative stress. This occurs when there is an imbalance between free radicals, that is, oxygen-containing molecules that are unstable, and antioxidants, which counteract their effects. This imbalance can lead to damage in tissues and organs, including the brain. Oxidative stress and inflammation have been identified as destructive mechanisms in the brain. By eating a diet rich in antioxidants, it may help reduce the risk of these oxidative stress scenarios. Antioxidants include certain vitamins like C and E, as well as compounds that are found particularly in plant foods like berries, contain some of the highest levels of antioxidants. Nuts, olive oil, vegetables, and beans also contain high levels. Next are healthy fats. So the brain itself consists of a considerable amount of fat and needs fat to function. Most adults get plenty of overall fat in their diet, but not always the right type of fat, like the omega-3s. One type of omega-3, known as DHA, is very important for brain development and cognition. It's found primarily in fatty fish like salmon. As such, regular fish consumption is really a smart thing to do for your brain. Other types of healthy fats may also be involved in brain function, like we hear a lot about olive oil. It's a fat-rich food that has been linked to brain health. It contains hundreds of antioxidants and polyphenols and may have a neuroprotective effect and reducing risk of Alzheimer's. Whole grains. Whole grains are linked to brain health in studies of diet and cognition. The exact relationship, though, is unknown. Theories include the vitamin E in the whole grains as an antioxidant vitamin that can battle oxidative stress, or that whole grains provide fiber, which may feed gut bacteria, and we know there's a connection there, although it's indirect. Whole grains are also a good source of vitamin B6, and low levels of this vitamin have been linked to poor mood regulation and depressive symptoms. Nuts. While the research on nuts is not as strong as some other food categories, several studies have linked nut consumption to overall cognitive health. Nuts may reduce that oxidative stress and inflammation, and also contain specific healthy fats that may prolong brain health. Okay, now for the bad boys. These are the unhealthy food groups to be minimized or excluded. They include red meats, butter and stick margarine, fat that's solid at room temperature, cheeses, pastries, sweets, and fried fast food. I'm like, dang, many of the good things. The strongest associations between healthy dietary patterns and enhanced cognitive performance have been observed with the MIND diet. That's the one that combines Mediterranean and the DASH diet. So this should provide you with some food for thought about diet and brain health. And make sure you join me in other Get Set Up classes about brain health and Alzheimer's.